Okay. I think that's good enough. Let's. Don't even worry about it. Let's just go to the logo. Hey ya, hi ya, ho ya out there to all my big brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, and of course, mommies, daddies, siblings, and guardians, it's me! Your bite-sized baddie and favorite little brother, Mark. Hi Ash, hi Kevin, thank you guys for being here before stream time and waiting around in the waiting room. Hi Kai, and hi Hobgoblin Hero. I never know what you want me to call you. So type in chat what you want me to call you, Hobgoblin Hero. Mark stream, surely he's rested and resting and taking it easy. I'm doing okay, I say, having been at my desk doing video editing since like 10 a.m. But hey, I got it done at like 4:30, so I'm okay. How are you guys doing? Are we having a good day? I hope you notice, and it is legible, my little thing down here, my little social media infos. I might need to make it a little bit bigger, just so that it's, like, legible. But that's okay, because I'm looking over at my second monitor, which, as you all know, is just a laptop. And it's pretty small. Okay, so, what we're gonna do today, as you can see by the thumbnail I lovingly created, is we're going to be working on my new OC, Zorpy. I love him. And just call you Nate. Okay, cool, Nate. In that case, hi Nate. I hope you're doing well, bestie. Wow, okay. So let's get into it. And then we'll talk a little bit more about some other stuff. We'll yap, we'll vetch, we'll do whatever the frick we want to do. I'm hopping into my mod channel so that I can have my little Fugitek, like my mod VC, that only I can see. Alright, let's go over to our game, or not our game zone, our art zone. Oh, okay. So, oh god, where's my little guy? Where's my Fugitek? Why can't I see my Fugitek? Bitch, where are you? Well, whatever. I'm glad. I enjoy the idea of him being just a little dude who's made of Play-Doh, basically. He means very much to me. So the way that he came to be, the way that Zorpy came to exist, is I was in the car with my best friend, Kai, as you might know in chat, and we were talking about what our Digital Circus OCs would be, being a little bit, maybe too existential about it. And I'll be honest, I was being a little bit down on myself, and I was like, I'd just be sludge. And you know what? They said, I mean, Play-Doh. You could be Play-Doh. And where Pirate came from, I'm not entirely sure. But I liked it. Very, very cool, very moldable. You can do a lot with that. So it stuck. I want to, I just want to make a few silly doodles of him today. I don't anticipate getting a whole lot of super complex work done today. But I think it would be cool just to let loose a little bit. The sweetest sheep furry in the entire world. Now, come on, they're not a sheep furry. I mean, okay, so like the bunny, the idea of them being like a bunny, that's overdone. That's too obvious because they're so soft and sweet. So I think an eel might be cool. Why an eel? I don't know. It just seems like it would be a cool idea to potentially explore. What do you think? You know, we're furries not beloathed by our good friend, our good friend in chat. Okay, I think here what I want to do is I want to, like, kind of... You'll see my vision in a second. Maybe. You might not see my vision at all. I think you'll see my vision, though. I don't do this type of, sketching very often. But I think for our purposes, it'll be fine. It'd be a pretty good shadow, to be honest. You know, I haven't actually checked to see if this is okay to use, this background music. It says 30 minutes in Japanese, so you'll just have to believe me on this. It says 30 minutes royalty-free music. But I don't know. 30-minute version. Considering usage of service, please read the terms of service at the URL below before using. Let's look at the URL. Let's look at the URL real quick before using to make sure that our stream doesn't get muted. Okay, that's fine. Give me that fucking paste. Fanbox is a terrible website. It's just not put together well at all. Also, I am drinking a concoction that I lovingly will refer to as Hell at the Bell. It includes lime juice, some Mountain Dew lime, and 2 special ingredients that I will leave up to your imagination. Alright, conditions of use. Video live streaming, whereas background music can be used by individuals or corporations. Copyright fees and other costs are free. Woo! Alright, so if I get copyright claimed for this, I shouldn't. And I'll just cry about it, because there's nothing I can really do about that situation if it happens. You've been told by another friend that they think you'd be a bat, given your need to doodle hearts into things. Aww. That's cute, but I didn't know that was, like, just a bat thing. Like, just based on their nose or something? Is that what the insinuation there is? So I think it'd be cool to have, like... Okay, and now we can turn off the symmetry tool. Because we're gonna have this coat just, like, big open. Bats are incredibly cute, so it fits Kai. Yeah, because Kai is incredibly cute. Love bombing you. Entire chat love bombing Kai. Got teased about being a cow because they have little heart spots. Aw. I don't think cow fits you though. Not to say you're not sweet and have the beautiful soulful eyes of a cow. Or not to say that you don't, but I don't think cow suits you. I think something else. Oh, this one I can have the symmetry turned on for. So I think this one would be one of those character moments that they have to have their stupid hat for. But it would be like kind of back here. There. Yeah, like that. Something like this. Calves are the sweetest. Tiger shark. I think tiger shark fits you, Cordy. I think that's cute. Alright. Let's follow this part out. Also, hi, I hope you're doing well today. Okay, so this is we're gonna make this gray now and open a new layer. Just because it'll make it easier. Something like that. I'll have to turn off symmetry for it, I think. Alright. Also, do you guys like the thumbnail I made? I said turn off symmetry, what the fuck? Do you like the thumbnail I made for today? It took me an hour. I know some people probably spend a lot longer making their thumbnails, but that's exceptionally long for what I usually do. And then I think I want this. Yeah. Something like it. Hear you out. Okay, what am I hearing you out on? Who's going on the cake? Let's just clean this out. I got complimented on having it as like a... having it as a just coat and hat and nothing else look. The urge not to tell this, the delightful 50-year-old man who complimented me on it, it's more of a pussy out sort of look, was very hard. Difficult not to succumb. Make it while the video's processing. Ah, I see. That's fair. Usually that's what I do too. Which my manager has scolded me for, and now I am required to send them the thumbnail before, like the sketch of the thumbnail before I do it. Cause, if there's one thing that Mr. Beast is right about in a sea of things he is not, it's that the thumbnail matters. R-E-S-E... I don't think I have enough room. N-T-A-T... No, I don't. I gotta make these a bit smaller. P... And then the last letter is N. E... S... E... N... T... A... T... I... It should be I-O-N! I can spell. I promise I'm literate. I promise I know how to spell things. Sheep and bat for starters. Okay. Oh, a chimera furry. I see. That would be cool. It's okay. I feel you. I feel you, Cordy. I end up procrastinating on it, and then it looks not great. Okay. Do you see my vision? I think you can probably see what my vision is now, right? Let's flesh out the cheeks a little bit. Turn symmetry back off. Sheep and bat to start for their persona. I realize that we're getting dangerously close into DreamWorks territory. And also into WD Gaster territory. He's a bit wall-eyed, isn't he? Let's move this over, like just a skosh. Just a skosh! So that it goes in the right place. There we go. We got the... Oh, you've seen Gaster? Yeah, yeah. If you know... Oh, what's her name? Streamline. Yeah, if you know Streamline Workshops... I only know her, or I know her best by her, her Discord name. Excuse me for not remembering it exactly. But if you've watched her videos, you probably know Gaster, because she likes Undertale a great deal. We'll be learning about him next month. Are you gonna be watching... Oh, because it's the anniversary. Sans Undertale Workshop. Occasionally I'll ping her in a Undertale TikTok I find, like, on Discord. Don't know if she watches them, but I'm sure it's the thought that counts. Alright, so this is the vibe I'm going for, which if you've seen Megamind, you know what I mean by this. You know what this is referencing. Let's hollow this out a bit. This is a weird way to sketch. I don't know why I started doing it like this today. Guess I'm just in a silly, goofy mood. Damn ad. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you can get out of the ad soon. Now I kind of want my vision. Like, my vision for this is, like, this scene that I've had in my stupid head for, like, ever since I made Zorpy. Which is him talking to Jax and kind of taunting him, which is stupid. It's very Mary Sue, but listen, I'm allowed one. So, I want, maybe, okay, so I'm trying to, I'm, like, going over, if you see me, like, go silent for a few seconds and then, like, kind of look up to the side like this, that's because I'm looking in my brain space to basically try and figure out what thumbnails I'm thinking of for the little comic that I'm thinking about right now. And I'm thinking that we're gonna put Jax, like, right here. I'm gonna put his little, and you'll have to bear with us, because we'll make it look, you have to make it first, and then you can make it look good. That's the number one rule. Make it, then make it look good. We can do this. We can do this. Wow, that's not how that looks. That's not how that's supposed to look. Yeah. Nah, he holds his arms up way too high. So one of the most interesting things I learned in Waluigi. Now it's Waluigi. Wait. There we go. Is this your man? Is this your man, Cordy? Okay, get this out of here. One of the most interesting things I learned about posing when I was first starting out in trying to get better at drawing was there's a difference in the place that men and women will usually cross their arms. So a woman will usually, like, God, we'll do this stupid thing. A woman, when she's crossing her hips or her arms, versus a man crossing his arms. Okay, so men are stiffer. So a lot of the time, their arms will wind up being a bit higher than a woman's arms when she crosses her arms. Hers will be down here. Now, that's not to say that a man will never cross his arms down here, you know? Here. Let's get this all out of here. We'll start by just putting their shoulders on him. It entirely depends on, like, their posture. Like, you'll see a woman crossing her arms, like, up here a lot more when she's, like, nervous or when she's scared, or that's the body language you want to exhibit. And a man will usually cross his arms down lower when he's not frustrated, but, like, when he's expressing disappointment. So it's really interesting. Stuff like that. You want to draw that now? You want to draw Jax as Waluigi? Do it, and then tag Michael Kovac. He might respond. I think he likes that sort of shit. If you were in the circus, you'd relentlessly bully Jax. Bullies, but he has a meltdown whenever he gets bullied back. I think people have a fundamental misunderstanding of Jax. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, he's just misunderstood. He's actually a good guy. I could fix him. No, he's a jackass. But his behavior comes from a place of avoidant attachment and wanting to not be hurt. So he pushes others away and hurts so that they don't want to get close to him. That's why for like a split second, you see in the newest episode, he didn't even think. It's not that he enjoyed the hug and then thought better. It's that it felt nice and natural. He wasn't quite in his own bullshit like he usually is. And so hadn't actually thought of the fact that he needs to guard himself for this instance. And when he realized that he let someone get too close without pushing them away, that's when he freaks out. It's really interesting. Understand him but have no sympathy for him? That's totally fine. Because the thing is, you can absolutely understand someone's trauma and that still not make their actions okay. Like, the saying, hurt people doesn't just mean that sometimes people who are hurting will accidentally lash out and cause, you know, pain to others. It also can mean, oh, come on, don't lag, baby girl. Don't lag. There you go, OBS. It can totally also mean that people who have been hurt will either inflict that pain on others as a sort of catharsis to themselves, or they will inflict pain on others, you know, maybe for fun, maybe because they actually don't want to be approached, but it means a whole lot of things. It's just interesting like that. I like my little brainworms about this. You can see that, but he's so nasty and then rages out when he gets bullied too. Well, that's also the difference, because what Pomni did in the newest episode, that wasn't bullying. That was frustration, and it was lashing out, but that wasn't bullying. Like, making fun of Jax or belittling him would be bullying. But the thing is, I think he could probably take being bullied by someone else because he already forces himself not to value what other people say. So I think that if someone actually did bully him, he'd be fine with it. He'd be able to roll with the punches and make jokes about it. But what Pomni did was confront him with reality. The reality that he actually did like hanging out. He did like having a friend. I mean, the recent episode, next recent episodes? Yeah, and also in the, if you watched any of the content for the new, like the favorite character voting, then you'll have seen that, he also, he was really mean to Gangle, threatening her with her lewd sketchbook that he somehow found out about. So it's, he's still a mean, nasty person, But he's a mean, nasty person with feelings that he's trying desperately not to have to come to terms with. And I think it's neat. I'm trying to draw him in the foreground here. Like this is his back. He tried to attack Gangle for the maid dress thing, and he got angry at the crew. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I do wonder about that, because people, rolling my eyes at this, people took that instantly to mean that Jax is like a trans guy, and that he, felt dysphoric about it. But I don't think that's the case. For one thing, I don't think TDAC is gonna do a blatant transphobia like that. But also, I think he just has a hint of toxic masculinity as another mask for his real feelings, you know? Got a love-hate relationship with the show, honestly. That's fair. Last episode was a bit too real, yeah. And then I'm gonna put Zorpy. What's Zorpy doing in this situation? I imagine he was like kneeling down, looking at something, but what would he be looking at? You know, maybe it's a box of pyrotechnics. Maybe it's a box of like TNT or something. But you're right, Ash. That was him kind of getting bullied. And he didn't handle it well. He also didn't handle being made vegan well either, which is interesting. You see a lot of people who can give but can't take and stuff like that. So maybe that is him. Maybe that is his character. You're gonna do what Jax does? At least take what you give with a bit of grace? Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right about that. Let's put some thickness on this box so I can procrastinate on sketching how Zorpy looks next to it. Consider drawing your Sona on stupid sauce to just be a projectile vomiting. No! Horrible. Okay, I think I made this box too big. So we're gonna make it... No, we're gonna make it a bit smaller. A bit more narrow. Put it here. And we start the scene with Jax at the high angle shot. Okay, so we want Zorpy like reaching in. We can have his arm like this, and then he's gonna like... Oh, that looks stupid. So this is what that's gonna look like. That looks so dumb, that looks so bad. It actually doesn't look that bad, but like why is he all caked up? He doesn't need to be that caked up. He's made of clay. You'd bully him if you were in the circus. It makes everyone life hell, but won't take it. Yeah. I saw a really interesting theory someone made about how potentially Jax was in an abusive situation with Ribbit. Because of the way, like, just looking at his body language and the way he acts around Ribbit. So I think that would be an interesting dynamic. If that's something that was explored. Let's get this out of here.
Erase it just a little bit.
I don't need to make this perfect. I'm just procrastinating because I'm
nervous about actually drawing the sketch.
Artist problems. Okay. New layer. Start with his silly hair thingies. Then we'll give him these. And then I'm just gonna, the way I'm gonna do this, because I always have issues, like I know I just just give him a little cat mouth.
Wait, wait.
I just made this character and I'm already having like issues drawing him properly. I think I want him to look kind of like this. Alright, so we have the coat. And also it would just hang down. Even if his chest was out like this, it would just kind of hang down, because that's just what coats do! Goofy ass smile, yeah. Kinger is Adam, Queenie is Eve. And Kane is, I mean, it would make sense if it was actually just Kane and Abel, but I was gonna say, is fucking, has-been hotel, Lucifer. And then we're just gonna do this. I do enjoy the theory that, Kinger is actually someone who made the circus. He's a programmer. I mean, it seems like it's not even something that is just a theory. It seems like it's what's being, hinted at in the show. It's always hard to, in this age of media literacy, decide if it's okay to just call something, like, inevitable. Like, it is the written-in inevitability that this is what's happening. Or, you know, if you should still just call it a theory. Because it's not confirmed, which, I guess scientifically that's what you should do. But, man, I don't wanna do that. Oh god, where'd my music go? There'd my music go. Now this one I need to check and make sure is actually, free for use. 1 second. Good lord. Okay, thank you for coming across this... Okay, wait, thank you for coming across this video. Listen to it a lot. Thank you. So, Okay. It's a 2-hour video. The non-looped version is available on SoundCloud. Google Drive. Yeah, this should be fine to use. This should be okay. If not...
Oh well, I borked it.
Not what you meant. I know. Hi, Chill Nye. How you doing? How you doing, Chill? You having a good day? I hope so. Think he deserves a happy ending. I love Kinger. I also like Kane, though I do have my concerns with how he treats Zubul. Kane is likely the actual Kane from the company. Kinger just being Abel or head programmer would be interesting. Yeah. You're having a wondrous day? Oh my god, that's even better than I could have imagined. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're having a wondrous day. I think I made his body too big compared to he got dang head, so we're gonna fix that by just sizing his head up a little bit. This wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be much worse trying to to draw this. It's canon because you're a writer for the digital circuit now. Oh my god! Can you make my fucking ship canon? Can you make Funny Bunny Doll a canon toxic auspicitude? Auspicitude? Auspiciship? Something like that. Alright. I think I'm gonna erase a little bit here. Because I think, logically, this would just have more of an arc down like this. Right? I think that's how that would look. Can you stop losing pressure sensitivity, please? I love you, tablet. Drew Jax Waluigi. See you in heck. I want to see it! Did you post it in the Discord server? Post it in the Discord server so I can look at it. I want to add like a little goop like that. Something like this. Because I don't think I made his eyes big enough actually. So we're gonna fix this. And also his little hair pompy thing isn't big enough either. Message got blocked! What'd you say? Well, I mean, I guess you can't type it if it got blocked. Just a sketch, to be fair. Zooble messes with Kane way too much. Some of the challenge is good, but some of it isn't fair. I think he's trying his best. Especially, well, like... I don't know how long they've been in the circus, you know? Basically dealing with really bad body dysmorphia, maybe both, every day. So I can understand, like, that will take a toll after a while. But I think it's kind of stupid to antagonize him too much. Like, they themselves said that the only reason he's nice to them is that he likes them. So going out of your way to make yourself unlikable seems like a strange hill to die on. Someone made a theory that Zooble was actually an AI as well, because they didn't show up in the popularity poll, and then one of the writers came out and was like, I'm really sorry to burst you guys' bubble, but we just couldn't fit them all. It's like, damn. That seems a bit important to just not have room for. Server posted! Here we go. I'm gonna go look. Oh my god, look at him! That's great. He's going to snap one day. That'll probably hurt Zooble. Yeah. A lot of people think that Zooble is probably going to be who abstracts next. Because Jack seems like too obvious of a pick. And especially with the really nice heartfelt conversation that Gangle and Zooble had last episode. I mean, it really... there's so many death flags happening all around for all these characters. It's part of the fun of it! Alright. So, we'll make this look better once we're past the sketch phase. Say it with me, chat. Make it before making it good. Hope not, but that seems likely. Yeah. Not my wife. Yeah. Zooble rocks. I don't want them to abstract. The framing on this is kind of dookie, so we're gonna make it slightly gooder before we make it continue just making things. The abstractions aren't caused by insanity. They're man-made. And then the series turns into a murder mystery. Kane. Kane is the one who done it. He's the only one with the power. I do really like the angsty interpretation of Jax having a key to everyone's room, not because he not just because he's, you know, a creep who likes to antagonize people, but because he has like trauma from ribbit abstracting. It's also interesting that he seems to treat everybody in the same way. Like, you know that philosophy of like, oh, he's bullying you because he likes you. But kind of the same philosophy for everybody. Because, you know, in the first episode where he kicks Kinger and Gangle into the pit, he could have just hopped in on his own and let Kathmo's abstracted form just get the both of them without doing anything. But he didn't. He didn't want them to get hurt. So that's interesting. Almost subtract. Oh yeah, absolutely. The same way, you can see that's very likely the case because he, like, his body took on the same, the same kind of, or his vision took on the same static that Gangle's did in her episode. Which, like, at the end, let me see if I can find it. At the end of her episode where she's going out into the parking lot, before she gets hit by the bus, her vision starts getting, or not before she gets hit by the bus, but when she, like, before Pomni says, hey, I'll close up, you go, you leave for the night, you take off early. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit hoarse. I inhaled some chlorine gas yesterday, so, bearing the lead there a little bit. So I'm a little bit extra hoarse. So I probably won't stream for super long tonight. But, I'll tell you guys about that later. Before Pomni comes and is like, oh, like, take off early for the night. I'll close up. Gangle's vision was getting all, staticky. And so it's in the exact same way. Oh, hi, Fox! Staticky in the exact same way that Jax's was in this episode. So I think that Gangle probably would have abstracted if Pomni hadn't done that for her. And yeah, about the chlorine. So I don't know if any of you have a pool. But, pool chemicals, one of them is chlorine. Chlorine tablets. We had some, and, they fell into, basically the pond. And I had to— what am I trying to do here? What pose am I trying to make? 1 second, I need to pull up my figure, my, like, posing figure. They fell into the pond. Or something knocked them in, because they hadn't been like that the night before. So I pulled them out, and as I'm, doing that, it's a brand new box of them, so I didn't think that they were, like, open or anything, so I didn't think any water got into them. But I pulled them out, and, like, throughout the day, it's starting to smell a bit more like chlorine in that area. So I'm like, ah, shit, okay. So I need to go and open that up. So I tell folks, hey, I'm gonna go and open that up, just to let out the gas, or the chlorine, like, let it dry out. So I go and I pull, like, the plastic thing off to open it, and, like, the top of it, like, as I'm thinking, I should probably be holding my breath for this, as I am thinking that, the, I guess, pressure of the gas built up inside of it popped the lid open as soon as I touched it, and I got a, like, absolute punch in the face, lungful of, aerosolized chlorine. And good lord, does that feel like you're drowning? Because it's such a thick fucking gas. and I, like, stumbled away because this thing was, like, almost full to the top with water, and it was burbling because it had been in the sun. And I was like, ah, fuck. So, I might not have the best self-preservation instincts, because my thought was, I need to, like, get the water out of this so it stops making this gas, you know? So I do that, and then I go back in the house and I explain what happened. And my folks are like, okay, well, you need to hang upside down. And I'm like, I'll be fine. I've been down. And, like, I feel fucking dazed because it's fucking chlorine! But I end up, hanging off of, like, one of the things, like, one of the dog kennels we have. And wouldn't you know it, you can feel that shit coming out of your nose. It's insane. You would not think that is possible. But you can literally feel it coming out of your nose. And it made me sneezy. And also because I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, as soon as I get upright again... Sorry, I'm looking at my little posing mannequin so I can... What would that do? Oh, so, being upside down ensures that the gas gets out of your lungs because it's heavier than normal air. So it's just better to be upside down where it can, you know, have easy release than otherwise. So I do that, and then because I have POTS, when I when I get down from being upside down, good lord, I passed out. Luckily, like, you know, my folks were right there. So it's not like I got super hurt by that, like by falling or anything, because I asked, like, hey, could someone put some pillows underneath me when I come down from doing this, because this is not gonna end super dupulously well for me if there's nothing soft underneath me. And so they do that. And I passed out. And I took the rest of the day off. I had a bit of a cough for part of the day after it. I don't think I had any super adverse effects. I don't think I got poisoned by it, because I very quickly extracted it from me lungs. But I talked to Kai, you know, resident OSHA person Kai, about it, to be like, this is what I'm doing. And resident OSHA person Kai said, okay, if you start experiencing any symptoms whatsoever, hospital. Which also, our friend Hobgoblin Hero also said, hey, I may be a small town farmer, but hospital. But I've been a little bit hoarse, which is to be expected. Oh, I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't smell anything but chlorine for a hot minute, like for most of the day after that. So that's interesting. That's fun, I guess. But, out of experiences, I would say chlorine in the lungs is like a 0 out of 10. Definitely not something I would recommend you try. TLDR, always be very careful with stuff like that. Oh yeah, I also got scolded for pouring the rest of the water out, because I don't know if I actually finished that thought. My thought process while I was outside was, I need to get the water. I need to get this water out of the thing so that it stops producing the gas. And listen, I may not be a smart man. So I was told, hey, if that happens again, don't fucking worry about the goddamn water. Just come back in the house and get help. It's like, okay, I will. And then after hearing from Kai a bit more in the day, I was like, maybe I'm not taking this as seriously as I should. I'm not very good to my body a lot, so I was kind of in the camp of well, it can't be that bad because I'm still upright. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. You know? But it can, in fact, be that bad, so. Moral of the story. Don't be fucking dumb. That's all there is to it. Scolding is valid. You'd have scolded me too? Yeah, I'm sure you would. Ain't no big city lawyer, but, hospital. Horse. Oh, yeah, because I was a little horse. That's funny. Yeah, I'm fine. Hopefully you're not Batmark in the future. What does that mean? What does that mean? Batmark? I guess I won't be dumb, Dr. Whatchamacallit.
I'm glad, thank you.
I gotta look after yourself. I'm very bad at doing that. I spent a long time of my life. Here's some, I guess, some Mark lore. I spent a long time of my life, living by the just buck it up and soldier on through it mentality. Because that's just how I was raised. And it's, I guess, maybe because of the tism, maybe because I'm just stupid, that translates to, unless you are physically incapacitated, you could be doing more. So it's a really difficult, mindset to break, you know? Because I am constantly, unless I'm literally incapacitated, I just kind of keep trying to do things, even when I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for calling myself stupid there. Sometimes I'm stupid, Ash. Not all the time, but sometimes. Or not Ash, sorry, Kevin. So, one time, funny story from when I was younger. I guess it's not too TMI. It's not that TMI. So, when I was younger, I got, in certain aspects, I was a bit of a late bloomer. So I didn't have a period until, like, later in life. Like, almost to the point of I should go to the doctor because it's very much not there, sort of thing. But after I got it, it was just bad instantly. And I didn't know that I have something called endometriosis, which, to get 100% definitively diagnosed with, you have to have exploratory surgery for, them to, like, basically open you up and say, yep, there's scar tissue there. That's, I've had enough surgery. I've had enough in my life. I don't want any more. But basically, like, you get extra scar tissue in places you shouldn't. And I didn't know about this. My family didn't know about this either. But I had, like, really, really bad periods. Like, to the point where, it's, you know when they say, like, you can feel it in your bones? This was the type of pain that you feel, like, resonating in your pelvic bones. And I was with, some people for a fancy restaurant night out. And I was in very bad pain, because, I take medicine for it sometimes. Endo's nuts, yeah. I take medicine for it sometimes. because a lot of the time medicine doesn't really help for some fucking reason. And on this night, it was just really bad. But we were at like a cool, fancy restaurant, and a celebrity who I will not name. The people I was with saw that a celebrity went into the restaurant right after we left, and so the people I was with were like, "Well, we have to stay so that we can meet the celebrity when they come out after their meal." And like in my brain, sure, I'm thinking like, yeah, it would be nice to meet this celebrity, but also, for one thing, that's kind of weird, but for another, I'm in very much pain. And we just end up standing out there for, like, an hour and a half, and I am in such bad pain. And it was to the point where, someone I was with, came over to me and was, like, informed me that I was bringing the mood down, kind of making things about myself, and that I needed to learn how to like mask my pain better. And so I tried to take that to heart. I really did, but it's like this is really bad, nasty pain. And I ended up waiting, and I think it's because when I sighed, I accidentally also whimpered. Which is like, good lord, man. And I was just not hiding the fact that I was ouchy very well at all. And so from there I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do my best. I don't need to give him super detailed arms. What am I doing? He's made of clay. I'm also making him a bit too buff. I need to stop making him so human proportioned. Brain went on autopilot there. And so we ended up waiting, and the celebrity came out. So there exists a picture of me out there with this celebrity in front of this restaurant where I look like I fucking hate his guts. And it's not because I hate the celebrity. The celebrity is a fine person, fine gentleman. I'm just in so much pain in that picture. It looks like I have, like, it looks like he personally, like punted my dog across like state lines, you know. And like years later it was found out that I got that Indo, and I've been on medication for it for the past 10 years. Because that's the thing. There are two common causes to like excruciating period pain. And there's endometriosis. And there is, I mean, there's like, of course, there's like cervical cancer, but that's not it. But there's endo, and then there is basically like a specific type of, like, it's a different condition where you just have really bad pain. But luckily, the treatment for both of them is the exact same. It's, you just take, you take a medication for it, and hopefully, it's better at some point. And that's just how it goes. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. But there's your Mark lore for the day. I have real bad periods. Yeah, it makes them less. Every once in a while, I'll get like a fuck all period, which I will admit I've been having one of those for the past little while. Give it up for day 10. And, you know, that's just how it goes. That's just life, unfortunately. But for the most part, it's all good. Let's see. Does this look right? Let's... erase. Oh, thank you for the headbeds. Here, I can turn those on. Ha ha ha. Hopefully let's turn off the snapping. And we're gonna bring his, that in a bit. Okay. And then we're gonna say that this is him standing up. Got something funny. Jax Waluigi is finished. I want to see. Give it up for Dayton. Dayton Heights? Oh my god. Let's see. I'm going to the art channel. I'm waiting with bated breath to see Jax Waluigi. Girls hit Waluigi. Wah. And Kiryu, we're talking and you were multitasking because you were watching your stream and you accidentally called him Mark. Finally, I'm not the only one! I always feel so bad when I accidentally call you, you Ash or call Ash Kevin. I promise it's an accident. Eventually I've got to put, like, dialogue in here, but right now I'm focusing on the emotions. I've got, like, the gist of what I want to say in mind. Yeah, something like this. A lot of people do that. Calling other people you. I mean, it's a great name, Ash. It's an amazing name. Okay, we're gonna erase that. Gonna erase that. Okay, so let's see. Jax here, he says something. Gets Zorpy's attention. Zorpy responds as he stands up, pops his back. Even though he doesn't have to because he's made of clay, so it's probably just a habit. And then he quips something back. And then I think I'll have, like, Jax's eye here. We'll put it, like, in the foreground here. His eyebrow twitches. His head is much smaller. There we go. He says something back in this area. In this panel. Since I'm sure you know, Mark went by a crap ton of names. You mainly have other people refer to you by other names you go by? Yeah. You went by a bunch of names. If I not think of playing some TF2 tonight, you should! You should play some TF2. Mally and Gutsy, for instance? Ooh, what does Mally call you? I want to know which of her viewers she confuses you with. Also, I'm looking forward to potentially doing a stream with Gutsy for Smash or Pass, basically, for villains or monsters. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I just need to, I guess, figure out a day and time to talk it over with them. Also, this is a fun thing that we're gonna do. So, at the start, we start with Jax looking at Zorpy from a high angle shot. Now we're gonna have a low angle shot of Zorpy responding And you can, if you're doing stuff like this, you can cheat heights a little bit. Because the framing is what's more important in things like this. And we're gonna have him shaking his head. Gutsy from Berserk? No, not Guts. I'll mainly be playing man versus machine. Hell yeah! Indeed, very much looking forward to. Hell yeah! Gotta message them. Dude, I got like a phantom notification in me and Apollo's DMs today. And I was like, what happened? And because like usually that happens when someone messages and then deletes their message. But they also didn't know what it came from. So we're like, ah, shit, hopefully no one hacked our DMs. That would suck. Not in a, like, oh, we talk so much shit sort of way, because we don't. Even if we talk about, like, situations that we're unhappy with the outcome of, we don't ever talk shit, and we're always very, what's the word? I guess cordial about a fucking third party that's not there, which sometimes feels dumb. Because I'm like, why am I being so nice about a person who's not, like, even here? But in reality, it's just the fact that no situation really requires you to be mean on purpose, and you can always give people the benefit of the doubt. But in a, I don't want that to be a thing ever, because that sucks. Because I don't want to have to, like, get a new fucking Discord account. I just bought myself Nitro. But on that note, I'm really glad I've found friends that I can talk about stuff with who don't feel the need to, like, constantly dunk on other people. I'm glad I know people who, even if there's a situation that we're unhappy with, we can be, I guess, compassionate. Compassionate, that's the word. We can be compassionate towards everybody in a situation. Because that's something that has unfortunately been very rare to find on the internet. Well. Yeah, I love my friends. I enjoy Apollo's company. I enjoy B and Mally and Callie and everybody else's company. They're good people. Put his little pauldrons. Alright. Oh, I love this. I love the difference. I love the difference in angle. Low angle? High angle. No. High angle, low angle. Aster rated Jable, should you give him your best wishes? Yeah! Tell him, Justin, I love you. Have a great stream. I know clipping is a nightmare on here, so you don't have to bother clipping that or anything. Just tell him what I said. So, Snarks gets his attention. He starts responding, continues, Snarks back. Jax is like, what did you say? No, what do you mean by that? And he's like, oh, nothing, I don't mean nothing by it. Yeah, because what I want to be, I guess, the payoff of the comic, it's not really a punchline because it's not a joke, but I guess what I want the payoff of the little comic to be is Zorpy basically being like, to be the funny one, you've gotta make people laugh. Because that's the thing. Jax thinks he's the funny one, but he doesn't make anyone but himself laugh. And even his laughs aren't even real laughs, so it's like, what's even the point? It's probably because he doesn't even realize his laughs are fake.
Bleh.
Character dynamics. Stupid. Let's just hollow this out a little bit. There we go. Good enough. Love you too, have a good stream. Ah, what a sweetheart. It's too bad we can't, like, cross raid. Like, I can't just raid into him. Wawa-wee-wa.
Wawa-wee-wa.
Ugh. I hate making comics. I say as I make far too many fucking comics for my own good. I kind of want Jax to, like, start losing his cool here. So, like... we'll just have him standing up straight. Put his hand there. A bit too ovular of a head. Interested in what is deeper, but he sucks.
Yeah, he does.
He's a Jax ass. I also have a bad habit of just including a lot of shot reverse shot in my comics. Which is bad to include in your fucking films. But it's even kind of worse to put in your animations too much. Or not animations, but in your comics. I think Zorpy's probably shorter. Still on the crack theory that Jax was a house cat before arriving at the digital circus? Listen, it would be funny. There we go. Zorpy is drawn from behind. Hmm. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this further down so that Jax's head can be up, like upright. That's such a dumb face. It's such a silly face. Why is shot reverse shot a bad thing? It's not, like, inherently on its own a bad thing. It's just a bad thing if you use it too much, because it makes the cinematography stale and too predictable. So one of the biggest criticisms that I actually have for Steven Universe, which is something that I like a great deal, is that that cartoon involves way too much shot reverse shot for, like, scenes where characters are talking to each other or where exposition is going on. You get picture of character and then the reverse of who they are talking to. That's what shot reverse shot is. You can do a lot for storytelling with the cinematography. Like, you can show scenery that sets the mood, or, you know, is more interpretive of the mood. You can show, I don't know, someone's, like, little tics in body language. You could do a close-up of someone's, like, a facial feature or something. Also, I just saw Waluigi. I love it. Sorry, my friend MJ... my friend MJ just sent me a very interesting picture. Let me show you what MJ just sent me. Giddy up! You've got places to be! That's so cute. That's such a cute little bullfrog. But you could do a lot with with the cinematography of a scene that's not just shot reverse shot. And that's not to say, like, every scene has to be made as, like, some artistic masterpiece, because sometimes shot reverse shot is just good. It's just the best way to convey what is going on in a scene. But overusing it is the issue. And that's just why I don't want to overuse it. But I hope that answers your question. If not, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to get Zorpy's eyes right, because he has a
very specific type of pupil.
And it makes it difficult. Okay, so we're gonna erase this part, and then we're gonna go over and just put this back over here. Are there any times where we see Jax's eyes, like, not be half... Makes sense? Kind of like when I use the same panel shape too often, laying out pages? Yeah, kinda. Kinda like that. Yeah, I think we've seen Jax's eyes look like this on occasion. Easy to just fall into the informative paneling habit, but on the other hand, it's kind of bad if every single page is doing something different or unexpected with the panels. It's hard to read. I mean, yeah, it can be difficult. You should have something like a general setup. Imagine I'm saluting. Let me show you guys an example I have in my work in progress folder. One second. Don't pay too much attention to this. Okay. So this is a comic I'm currently working on behind the scenes. When I make comics, I really enjoy employing the trick of having things within the panels peeking out over other panels. I think it makes it flow nicely, and it also helps guide the eye where you're supposed to look. It's like, this is just placement setting. You see a printer, a fan, a document box, ergonomic desk chair, girl in office uniform. You can tell that these people are in an office. They're at work. And then just having kind of like that paneling convention continue with the I kind of go for unique panel shapes because I grew up reading things like Trying Human and Sleepless Domain, which they have a very unique paneling style for all of their pages, to where a lot of their comics are set up like in a very cinematic sort of way. So you get these, which kind of go in a shot reverse shot sort of way. But then you have parts that are, just close-ups. So we have, he's talking, he's reaching out. We focus on his hand, her reaction, and then the contact that happens. And then we get the result, the action frame, and poor Maria, who I love dearly. And then more interaction like this. But I haven't figured out all the paneling. I finished this page early because it was easier. Which, please remember, art isn't a non-linear process. If something is more complicated or you just don't want to work on it yet, you don't have to. You can save it for later. That's an okay thing to do. You can work on what you know you're going to be able to finish now. But I have like these other pages and things for it that'll show up. It's always good to have a hook at the very end of your panel. Like, whatever your final panel is going to be, you want to have it look in a way that makes your reader want to turn the page. So, for example, you can see she's walking. You can see she's outside. You want to see where she's going. And then we see her reaction to where she needs, or where she believes, or what she's looking at, where she needs to go. Dark alleyway. We see her walking. We see her legs in this alleyway. We wonder what's going to happen to her. And then you turn the page, and you see this immaculate door in front of her. And so she reaches out. You see her reaction, and you want to see what's going to be on the next page. That's the main philosophy of what you have to worry about when paneling something. It's the same in cinematography, it's the same in art in general. You just want to make sure that your art is not stagnant, not too... what's the word? I can't remember! Not too samey. Because if your readers feel like they've already read, like, the same stuff before. They're not gonna want to turn the page. So
You gotta be unique in your story. You gotta be unique in your paneling.
but don't overdo it. That's all you gotta do. Just used to DC and Marvel's bad habit of slamming way too much and spread. Oh yeah. Not too boring. Yeah. Easy. Easy challenge. Just don't be boring. Nah. I mean, when you are writing a story, that's your baby. So whatever you write is gonna feel like it's, you know, not boring, whatever it is. So it's a bit hard to tell. Okay, so, and we want because this is gonna start to kind of like ooze off. It's gonna look like their hand is oozing, and then we're gonna see that they are then holding it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be made, and then it can be made better later. Okay, so we want, like... We want the top of it to actually be right here, and the bottom of it to be down here. And then... this, while he's still talking and being kind of a douchebag. Because everybody wants to give their character a bit of a villain moment, occasionally. Yeah. We heart make it better later. You gotta make it better later, or else you'll never make it. Ooh, all of the lime juice in my drink went to the bottom. That went sour. Oh, that went sour. Ugh. Okay. Woo! And then we're gonna, like... Okay, come on, work with me.
Work with me, baby girl. You can do it.
And then we have to kind of, like, figure out how the tricorn is gonna look when it's the universe with a bunch of nothing. Then it made it better later. Whoa! That's, like, totally introspective. Okay. What hand is this? What hand are they holding it with? That's the left hand. So... it's my left. It'll be his right. I think that's how it works. So it'll be this side. Okay. I think that's how it works. But we should probably, you know, have the hand facing the right way. Yeah. It has to face the right way, which is left. Something like that. Yeah, this is good enough as a as a draft layer of like what he's doing. And then we can have one more instance of shot reverse shot. Cause I'm addicted. Addicted to the poison of shot reverse shot. So, speaking, we'll have like a speech bubble right here, something like that. His hand oozing becomes Detroit become hat. Placing hat on head. Presentation. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's fairly good for an outline. I guess we could figure out what we want them to say here. I love hats. Yeah, hats are pretty good. So we've got, okay, the scene starts with Jax coming in, saying something snarky. Catches Zorpy off guard while he's looking inside of here. He's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. But, you know, yada yada blah blah blah. It says something snarky back. Jax asks for clarification. He's like, what did you say? And Zorpy's like, oh, I didn't mean nothing by it, you know. Just friendly advice. He's like, friendly advice, you know, yada yada blah blah blah. I don't think, the funny guy needs advice from the newbie about how to be funny. He's like, well, I mean, that would mean you would actually be funny. And then he continues talking about, how, there's a difference between, you know... Oh, you know what? I'll probably have it to where he's talking about, like, Jax is talking about how pedantic physical humor is, because I assume that Zorpy being made out of clay probably makes a lot of use of his ability to shift into things to make people laugh, so that's probably what this is. And so goes from there, talking about doesn't matter what type of humor it is. Can be jokes, can be stand-up, slapstick, physical comedy, but there's one big difference between Jax and his type of humor. And that's in presentation! And then I'll have, like, the pyrotechnics he was setting up go off behind him at this point. There. Silly. Yay! Way to go, everybody! We plotted out! We sketched the draft of a... Oh god, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 panel comic? Shifts into Femjax! No! Pulls a Bugs Bunny. And it's like, I'm Jigsaw. I think Zorpy probably calls him Jaxamillion. I think that probably is a thing that happens. But we did it! We got a 13-page, comic, or 13-panel, because these aren't pages. We got a 13-panel comic outlined! Everybody give yourselves a round of applause for sticking around this long as we worked on this nonsense. I have not saved a single time, so let's do that. Zorpy comic. Alright. And let's work on something else before we end for today. Yeah, sure, save it before we close it. Open! Open says I. You know what, let's work on my model. Let's work on my new model. As a little... Yeah, I know, I need to be better at saving. I need to be better. I need to be better at it. So here is what we are working on. This is, so far, what we have going on for our Where'd my... Where'd it go? 1 second. Whoa, he's shirtless. Ah, he's naked. 1 second. Maybe this isn't the right... Maybe this isn't the right file. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, lads. Hold on, we'll get there. Alright, here we are. Pressing man to do all that without saving. I love Fire Alpaca. It's such a beefy program. Alright, here we go. This is better. Okay. So, this is the sketch for the hat. This is the lines for the hat. I have no idea how my rigger is going to do this. I'm just adding probably far too many layers. But this is the side. These are the sides. These are the filigree. Okay, so this is the coat and the shirt. So the way you have to do these is you have to put basically the arm layers. Just to sort of suss you'd expect, leave me alone. Demonetized? No! Probably.
Nah.
It can't be any better than if I pulled up the Neuracne model right now. What the fuck is this Fugitech? How long has this been here? Hello? What is this? What does this say? Something has gone horribly wrong with the Fugitech server. Please hold while I try to fix it. See Discord for details. Did they send me a DM about Fugitech not working? Hello? No. Nothing. Thank you, Mane-san, for messaging me about the Fugitech error. I don't know what that's about, because I sure didn't get diddly shit on my, on my Discord. It sure is not pulled up at all. That's like the Fugi group, so I don't know why that's like that. Say what's with the Fugitech? I don't fucking know. Fuck if I know, dog. Okay, you know what? You know what? Let's pull up Neuracne. We'll use her for a while. It's been a while. I might as well use her since I made her. Hopefully she's not too much for TOS. I don't think so. I've streamed like an anniversary event with her before. It should be okay. It should be okay. I think we'll be alright, everybody. We don't have to worry. Especially because my tablet is hiding my itty-bitty titty committee. Wahoo. It's Charlotte! I wish I had an excuse to use her more. I really like her. She's one of my favorite characters that I've made. She's so cute. And she's so pretty. Gosh. Far too much for Twitch, though? Yeah, maybe. Might be too much for Twitch. She's like... I don't know. I don't know. I like her, though. I like using her. I want to use her more often. She's purty. She is purty. we do a whatchamacallit channel rebrand, and we just make, Neuracne the new mascot. We'd have to see how that would go. I don't know how much people would respect me if I showed up if I hit him with the how I look with he him in my bio, you know? I don't know how much people would be down for that. But for now it's cute. It's cute and we can work with it. Got an idea for Charlotte? She might though she might need a coat. What's your idea? What is your idea? I would love to hear. I would love to hear what your idea is. Oh god, she's so pretty. I gotta stop looking at myself and I gotta work on my actual artwork. Even if I don't want to. Okay. You're a vampire who can be a magical girl, so it can't be that bad? Well, yeah, but I mean, the difference is... people probably won't hate crime you. Okay, so the neck is right there. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna separate this into a few different layers. What we're gonna start with is we are going to say this part up here, like the front of the lapels, which is actually like this area. This is gonna be its own separate 2 layers. That's gonna be 1 layer, that's gonna be 2 layer, okay? Then we're gonna do the undershirt, which is gonna be this part. It's going to be separated into 2 sections. So it's going to have the top here, and then it's going to have the middle here. All right? So we'll have that. And then between these layers and this layer, you know, for the top of the shirt, we're going to add a bandana layer. And then behind the throat and everything is going to be the back of the shirt. That's how we're going to have to do it. You just have to build it from the bottom up. Mally has a spider character called Mally. Shocking. And you think she has spider limbs too? Ooh, that's fun. I show up and I'm like, hey, girly, would you care to, be... Sorry, I just saw what you sent me on Discord, Ash. Huh. Isn't that curious? Isn't that bizarre? Very scary looking character. God, that's so sexy! Ugh. Oh, Malia? Ah, Malia is the name of the spider character. I see. I see. I see how it is. Sorry, I got caught up. I had a character like that once. Wasn't exactly like a super scary character. However, the character was he was a bad guy, and I made it abundantly clear that he was a bad guy. However, people would not stop thirsting for him, and it was to the point where I had to remove him from the space where I was writing him, because it was making me uncomfortable. Just how much people were thirsting for this guy, even while knowing he was a bad dude. But I guess such is the risk you run when you make villains, because people see bad guy and they're like, ooh, I want you. And then we're gonna, like, hit it with one of these. Mally's cute. Charlotte and Mally would have fun. Would be a fun pairing to watch. People can simp for the freakiest stuff, yeah. Yeah. People sure do simp for the freakiest of things. Why am I adding cross-hatching? I haven't added cross-hatching to the rest of the piece. Alright, so we have this layer. So next, what we need to do is we're gonna make another layer. Because kind of what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to... This is just gonna have to be like an undershirt, I guess, to the coat. Like that. Even you have your limits, yeah. And find more opportunities to use Charlotte? Maybe. Maybe even more than just as a silly joke, I will make her, appear on the channel more. But, you know, you have to... it's a really difficult thing because there's like a balance you have to find of like basically introducing new characters onto a YouTube channel. And if you don't find it properly, then, you know, people are gonna get confused. Because you have to, unfortunately, view the YouTube creator space as one that is full of people who are stupid. And that is not to say that I actually think anyone is stupid, but you have to treat content creation on YouTube as if it is for people who know nothing and have not a lot of brains to them, which sucks because I know that my community has quite a few brains to them. But if you do too much that is too different from your norm, then people will get confused. And that will lead to a loss of viewership because people are going to be like, I didn't follow, you know, I didn't follow this Neuracne Charlotte person. I followed whatchamacallit. I'm gonna unfollow. And so you just gotta be careful about stuff like that, no matter how much it sucks. Okay. It only needs to go down to here. Ah! Poo. I want to keep the rest of the line, so we're just gonna kind of erase a little bit of here. And we're gonna erase that.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks. It's donkey do.
Because I want to do cool experimental stuff on YouTube. But unless you started your brand doing cool and experimental stuff, people won't expect cool and experimental stuff from you. Which means, when you do cool and experimental stuff, people are gonna get out of there. It's very much a situation of, like, once you find something that works, you gotta just keep beating that horse until it is dead, dead, dead. Trollmark hasn't have been seen in a while. Oh, you mean Savior? Yeah. He hasn't been around for a while. I enjoyed, using his model quite a bit. Can you become the next German 985?
Happy birthday, Miku! Happy birthday, Miku!
No. Yeah, let's go back. Let's find the good old tried and true.
Boy.
Oh god, I glow so bright on this model. It's because I got so much pink on me.
Yeah.
Is this... Where are my model arms? Not that one. Not that one. Oh, I don't actually have arms for this one. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I have giant paws. This model has giant paws. Of course I don't have drawing arms. What am I thinking? Alright. We're gonna finish up the line art on this, and then I think we're gonna go for the day, because I'm getting tired and my voice is still pretty hoarse. So I reckon that means above here, below here. We're gonna say symmetry. And then we're gonna, like, change it a little bit. I love this design. Dragon Mark makes me so happy to look at. Thank you. I will make sure I have a good rest. I have been told by many a person in the past couple of days that I need to rest. which they are correct about. And good God, my fucking guts are hurting right now. So it'll be definitely appreciated when I go and I have like a fucking rest. When I go and I start watching my my Game Grumps to Sleep 2 videos for the night. Do any of you guys watch that type of content? Like the really long compilations of videos? Okay, let's erase here. Speaking of man versus machine, still one day wish to commission art of your MVM idea? You are welcome to. You are more than welcome to. I love drawing TF2 mercenaries, and I am poor and need money, so I will be more than happy to draw just about anything for your TF2 heart's desires. You know, did you know gaming facts while you're sleeping? Ah, that's a smart way to do it. Okay, so we have the lapel. Can we make some noise for the lapel? We've got the bandana, more or less. We need to do a little work on the bandana. Yeah, just by going like that, that should be okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Like doing something like this. Okay, yeah. Alright, so we have, again, the lapel. We have the bandana. We have the upper torso, the pectorals. We have the lower torso, not pectorals. I think this should be okay. To keep to the pattern, you'll calm one more person before you calm me again. I look forward to it. But I think you have a free commission, so figure out how much money you've spent on commissions for me, and we'll put something together for you. Alright, so we have the shirt is done. Well, the lines on the shirt are done. Just like the lines on the hat are done. So we've gotten a little bit of work done. You really like the bandana? I'm glad. I wanted it to be a nice kind of muted blue color. So, I'm glad with how it came out. Let's get out of here, shall we? Ah, the Fugi tech is gone. The bananas has gone bad. Alright. Thank you guys so much for coming and spending your evening with me. I always appreciate it a whole lot. I hope you have an absolutely scrabdangulous day, a wonderful evening, a good night. Make sure to eat something if you have not already. And I will see you in whatever we do next. Make sure to come by Anemone's stream tomorrow for playing Devour with a new friend. I hope you enjoy that.
Okay, everybody. I will see you next time. Bye bye, everyone. Bye 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 bye. Bye. Bye.